I see here a question from a comment from Mark. I enjoy your discussion and must say each one lets me know just how much I do not know with respect to the accounting software packages out there and how to work them efficiently. I know exactly what you mean, Mark. Yet my years have been spent with JD Edwards software, and I hope this old dog can learn some of your new tricks. Thank you. Oh, Mark, what a pleasure. I know exactly what you mean, and frankly, that one thing is one of the key elements that has always been so compelling to keep me in public accounting, serving many clients. There's going wide and there's going deep. And going deep is being, as you have been during the bulk of your career, internal to an organization. And in fact, a lot of accountants have been internal to an organization. They have deep, deep expertise in the technology, the processes, the systems that are in use by that organization or that group of organizations. And there just really isn't time to learn what else is out there, much less best practices, much less, and here's the other part about public accounting that's always so compelling for me, the ability to take a best practice in one industry and apply it to a completely unrelated industry. Hey, manufacturing company, did you know that over a nonprofit they do it this way? It would be revolutionary. What do you think? Hey, construction, did you know that in the service industry they do XYZ? It's pretty amazing. I know it's unheard of in construction, but in service they do XYZ. Hey, nonprofit, did you know that in manufacturing they do PDQ? I know, it's pretty amazing. Maybe we can make that work here. No other nonprofits are doing it. Let's take this world by storm. Let's use this process to make mission. Let's use this technology to make mission. It's pretty amazing. I've recently talked to a lot of people. In fact, I'm going to share this question with you. Someone asked me recently about a weighted average value of their grant pipeline. And that technique is not really often used in the nonprofit world. It's often used in the for-profit world when someone has a large quantity of opportunities in their sales pipeline. And they say, well, this one reached this stage, therefore it has a 90% chance of close. That one reached that stage, therefore it has a 10% chance of close. You look at it in the aggregate and you say the value of my sales pipeline is X. The value of my grant pipeline is Y. From one standpoint, it doesn't make sense to say, look, this grant is gonna, if I'm applying for a $100,000 grant, and right now it has a 10% chance of close because it's in this stage, or because my judgment says that we have a 1 in 10 chance of closing this. It's not, well, we'll bring in 10 grand, because that's not the reality. The reality is you're gonna bring in 100 grand, or you're gonna bring in nothing. The weighted average pipeline technique is not for the purpose of valuing each and every grant that's in your pipeline for your nonprofit organization. The point of it is to look at it in the aggregate and say, what's the total dollar value of my grant pipeline? When you have that information and a history behind you, so start building this history today if you're not already doing it. The history behind you of how good are my percentages? You take the percentages and apply them to the grant value to get your weighted average value for that grant. How good are my percentages? Those percentages get better over time, and your grant pipeline value begins to mean something. And ultimately it means, can I lay off? Have I done enough? I don't mean can I lay off employees. I mean, do I have to sweat it? Do I have enough in my pipeline? Yes, I do. Do I need to work harder? Oh, bleep, my pipeline value is really low. And that means that we're gonna have some struggles in cash flow, but we're not gonna be making mission as deeply and as widely as we could. Or, my gosh, if the pipeline value is too low, we really have to cut monthly burn, that's flat monthly expenses, just in case. A weighted average grant pipeline, and this technique can also be used with major donors, is a powerful technique that's rarely used in the nonprofit sector. Consider applying that technique from the for-profit sector and getting some clarity on your cash flows for the next 6 months. It's a powerful tool. Mark shares, amazing how companies will compartmentalize processes and information and methods within that company. So true. Information sharing and integration is getting traction. I agree with you, Mark. But what I see going on is really good to see. Your perspective is much appreciated. Mark, thank you so much. Yes, and I believe that that trend in information sharing and integration is correlated with the technologies that we're seeing, where information is shared more quickly and more freely. And it's my belief that this trend is also being correlated with the move to outsource consultants rather than in-house employees. Why? Because outsourced consultants are often, they have, among other things, they have that really specific expertise that helps them do a high-impact job faster. They're also motivated to do the work faster by and large because they have an entire book of business to serve. And rather than fill 40 hours in a week, they need to get your job done as fast as possible so they can serve all of their client base, or they and their team can serve their entire client base. Part of the promise of many consultants, or the consulting model, is that you can get the same or better results for a lower fee than an in-house full-time employee. Part of what makes that work is that they're only solving the problems that you need them to solve. There's no quote-unquote fat. And I've been an internal employee for many years before co-founding Tier 1 Services. I was very happy as an internal employee, and I don't think I made up things to do just to look busy. However, there is a leanness that's often associated with outside consultants. And I think as more and more organizations lean on outside consultants to get better expertise and save money, they're also gaining the benefit of this cross-pollination of other organizations and even other sectors or industries that these consultants have worked with.